long, hard look. Do I look different from other people to you? Do I look ill? Do I look like I have cancer? No? Well, I am one of the 359,960 people who are diagnosed with cancer each year. 10,171 of those are diagnosed with bladder cancer. 2,900 of those are women. And I am in the 0.7% of people who have a rare neuroendocrine small cell bladder tumour. But I'm not a statistic. Cancer doesn't get to define who I am. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name's Anita. I'm a writer. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. I'm a daughter. And I'm soon to be Nana. But I'm also one of the thousands upon thousands of people who are living with a terminal or an incurable diagnosis, who are basically living with dying. There is no guidebook or handy hints on how we have to live our life, living with dying. But I think we owe it to ourselves to make the most of what we have left. You see, we're in limbo land, where we're not cured, but we're certainly not dead yet. You start to realise just how precious every single day is. And with every single hour, minute, and second that passes by, you see it as a chance to make a memory. It's a chance to feel alive. But remember, it only takes seconds to change your life forever. But this isn't meant to be happening to me. Things like this don't happen to me. They happen to other people, someone else. They must have it wrong. Then the realisation sets in. This isn't a nightmare you can't wake up from. This is actually happening, and it's happening to me. Welcome to the cancer roller coaster. Take a seat, fasten those seatbelts because it's going to be an incredibly bumpy ride. Be positive, we're told. Be brave, we're told. Oh, I despise those words. Do you have any idea how patronising it sounds when people tell you that? We're fighting for our lives. We don't need to be made to feel guilty every time we feel down, or we feel rubbish, or we're having a hard day. You're going to feel scared one minute, anxious and frightened the next. And every day you're going to wake up, and those first few moments of being awake, it's this. And then it hits you again in the face. This is really happening. Your emotions come like crashing waves, not in your phones. You desperately, desperately try to cling hold of some type of normality. The truth is, it's never going to be normal again. Macmillan have been there for me pretty much since day one. My nurse Jill, well, she's simply astounding. She's the calm to my storm. She's the one who sits and holds my hand while I cry like a baby after more bad news. She's helping me through this, but not just me, my husband and my son. She's a comfortable, friendly face amongst many that I'm going to meet on my journey. There's counselling too. My counsellor Jane, well, she helps me to make sense of all of this. She helps me to prepare and to face my own mortality. But it isn't just me she helps. It's my family as well. my family, all the other thousands upon thousands of families who are struggling and need help. Macmillan are there being supportive, informative, and sometimes they're just someone to sit and have a cup of tea and a cake with. You see, cancer doesn't just affect you. It creates a ripple effect of angst and worries. Your husband, your wife, your children, your family. Cancer consumes them all. It creates a bubble around you. Your life becomes hospital appointments, scans and tests and results. You start to feel cheated. Cheated of perhaps not being able to grow old and disgraceful like you'd planned. Cheated of the memories that we've yet to make. Cheated of the words of wisdom that we've not yet spoken. Of the marriages, the birthdays, and the anniversaries we've not yet celebrated. And yet, as each milestone passes, it's always tinged with a sadness that you just can't shake off. You see, once you've joined the Cancer Club, there is no escaping, and life is never the same for you, or for anyone who knows and loves you. See, cancer changes you. How could it not? Your mind, your body, and your soul. There's the physical, the psychological, and the emotional scars that cancer brings. You tell yourself all the pain, the tears, the distress that you went through during treatment was worth it. But the truth is, you had no choice. No treatment would have meant certain death. What would you go through to stay alive? What would you do when you realise you may have to say goodbye to your family sooner than you'd hoped? Then, the treatment ends. No evidence of disease. For now. But it's not gone. The dark shadow remains, hanging over you all, almost suffocating. Go and enjoy your life, we're told. It's about quality of life now, not quantity. But we feel lost. We don't fit into where we left off. Life has continued and left us behind. We struggle dealing with all these emotions that surface. You see, when the treatment stops, you can't just click your fingers and everything goes back to normal. We can't just reclaim our place in society. We're not that same person anymore. What do we do when we outlive our prognosis? Our minds, well, they haven't managed to process everything that we've been through. It's been too busy helping us through the grueling treatments and the side effects. It's been too busy keeping us together, keeping us strong. Fight bladder cancer was there when there were tricky and difficult questions that needed answering. How do you prepare for losing your bladder? How do you prepare for losing your womb? How do you process such a life-changing event? Thank goodness for the information that social media brings. The ability to speak to others going through the same thing. Supporting others on this rubbish journey. It's been invaluable. We need to talk. We have to try and make sense of it all. But cancer doesn't care about sense, so we struggle. We have to forge a new kind of normal, a new way of doing things. Maybe like me, you've been left with devastating and permanent side effects like heart failure. Or maybe you have a stoma in the back like me. All these things that are there daily to remind us what we've been through and just how far we've come. But cancer's given me a voice. I always say the worst year of my life turned out to be one of the best. Cancer has taught me not to take anything for granted. It's taught me how to really live and to really love. I think it's made me a better person. It's certainly shown me how to live the very best life that I can. Not to be complacent. Not to just exist. It has given me a meaning to my life. Here I stand in front of you all today. Without cancer, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be this strong, confident woman you see in front of you, helping to support others through their diagnosis, helping to promote awareness of this disgusting disease. For those of you who are on the start of your own journey, or even if you're just struggling at the moment, please know, you've got this. You are strong enough. You do have enough courage. Even though there are going to be times where you don't think you have. Just remember, you are simply enough. We're all behind you, and there is no limit to what you can achieve in the face of adversity. So this is it. We only have one life to live. So let's make this one special. Let's make it mean something. We have to live this life to its fullest potential. So be fabulous. Be amazing. Be the wonderful person that you know you are. You deserve to have the very best life that you can. Despite of, no, in spite of cancer. You see, cancer won't break our spirits, nor will it destroy our hopes. The way that I see it is, we're already winners of this thing called life. And as for all the amazing organisations and charities in this room today, we're all part of our lives now. You're part of the furniture. And I, for one, am so incredibly grateful and so incredibly thankful. Thank you.
Truly fabulous and amazing woman, and there are many people like that helping us get through all of this. There's going to have a little pause while we wait for the Secretary of State to come, so you're allowed to speak amongst yourself or sit in silence, it's your choice, okay?